Well, after, we went to therapy and then the Philippines, we actually got along. And there is no desire, I'm not begging to be friends with anyone. But like I said, I keep saying the same thing. It's for a peaceful work environment.
How would you describe your friendship now?
Oh, are we talking about Claudia's storyline now? Me? Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Well, my relationship with Claudia is pretty non-existent. I didn't want it to be that way. The problem was she started talking about Kenya a lot. And, for me, that was some bad blood there, and I just didn't want to go into it.
Talking about Kenya meaning to be...
Y'all, brace yourselves, because what I'm about to reveal will shatter everything you thought you knew about Porsha Williams. The glamorous image, the flawless smile, the perfect love life, all of it is crumbling right before your eyes. Claudia Jordan has finally decided enough is enough, and the truth she's spilling is nothing short of explosive. According to her, Porsha wasn't just keeping secrets. She was living a double, triple, maybe even quadruple life behind the scenes. Multiple lovers, whispered affairs, and the most shocking revelation yet, allegations of herpes spreading through her relationships. So, while fans cheered and celebrated Porsha's public moments, behind closed doors, it was a completely different story. Claudia claims that Porsha's charming persona hid a tangled web of deception, betrayal, and messy, secret love affairs. This isn't a one-time slip-up, it's a repeated pattern, a shocking cycle that has now come to light. And Claudia isn't holding back. She's exposing it all, names, dates, and every scandalous detail, so the world can finally see the chaos behind the curated image. Imagine thinking your favorite star is living a fairy tale, only to discover the drama is far darker than anyone imagined. From sneaky hookups to aggressive moves in her relationships, Porsha's love life was a storm of lies and manipulation. Claudia is warning everyone involved. If you are close to Porsha, get tested. This is serious. The internet has exploded, fans are in disbelief, and the scandal is spreading faster than wildfire. This isn't just gossip. This is a reality bombshell that will leave you questioning loyalty, trust, and every carefully crafted moment you ever believed in. And the craziest part? Claudia is still navigating this chaos, trying to survive the emotional fallout while revealing the shocking truth that could destroy Porsha's carefully built image forever. The drama, the lies, the heartbreak, it's all unfolding right now, and you don't want to blink.
Allegations. You told Phaedra that my husband was sleeping all around Atlanta on me.
If your husband continuously opens up business after business, sleeping with everybody in Atlanta, how do you have time to worry about who Phaedra is with?
Exactly, honey.
Right.
Why would you say that when that's not the case?
Okay.
It's only slander when it's about her, not about other people. So that's the problem.
Is that not
Do you want to
slander?
respond to that?
I do, but it seems like Claudia wanted to, so I was going to let her.
proceed.
Go ahead.
Into the show.
When I was talking to Phaedra, we were at lunch alone. This was not something that I was spreading around town. She was literally
It was on a TV show, girl.
She was literally the only person.
4 million people.
She was the only
That's
person.
a lot of people.
Whatever. She was the only person that I told. I didn't make it a part of the story.
Buckle up, because what I'm about to reveal will completely turn the tables on everything you thought you knew about Porsha Williams. The glittering smiles, the flawless public persona, the so-called perfect love life. It's all been a facade. Claudia Jordan has stepped forward, breaking years of silence, and the truth she's dropping isn't just shocking, it's downright explosive. According to Claudia, Porsha's life behind closed doors was a tangled web of deceit, multiple secret lovers, and a level of betrayal that fans could never have imagined. This isn't a simple scandal. This is a full-blown, reality-shattering revelation that could send shockwaves through the entertainment world. Claudia alleges that Porsha wasn't just cheating occasionally, it was a recurring pattern. The multiple lovers, the secret rendezvous, the lies about her health, all of it paints a picture far darker than anyone could have anticipated. Claudia claims Porsha's charm and public smile hid a storm of hidden chaos, a life full of manipulation and secretive relationships. While the world cheered her on and believed in her public image, behind the cameras, she was allegedly entangled with several individuals at the same time, putting them at risk, spreading herpes, and keeping the truth hidden. The internet erupted the moment Claudia revealed the details. Fans who had invested emotionally in Porsha's seemingly idyllic life couldn't believe the allegations. There were warnings, accusations, and names being dropped that no one expected. Claudia didn't hold back a single detail. She meticulously outlined the timelines, the secret meetings, and the double lives that Porsha allegedly led, showing the stark contrast between her public image and private reality. The drama wasn't just about love affairs, it was about trust shattered, promises broken, and hearts manipulated. As Claudia revealed more, the story only got messier. Porsha, according to Claudia, allegedly pushed others into situations that served her agenda while publicly playing the role of the caring friend or partner. There were stories involving candy bars and Todd, complicated triangles that ended in heartbreak and public humiliation for those unknowingly involved. Claudia insisted that Porsha's intentions were always calculated, the relationships never innocent, and the consequences devastating. The allegations don't stop there. Claudia also claimed that Porsha made homophobic remarks, treated partners aggressively, and created a toxic environment in every relationship she entered. But even amidst this chaos, Claudia admitted she tried to navigate the emotional fallout, attempting to protect herself while exposing the shocking reality. The scandal isn't just about cheating, it's about a pattern of deception, aggression, and manipulation that left everyone involved questioning their reality. Social media exploded with reactions, disbelief, and outrage. People who once cheered for Porsha now felt betrayed. Every photo, every public smile, every video suddenly carried a double meaning. Claudia's revelations challenged the narrative that had been carefully constructed over years, exposing the harsh truth. Porsha's life, though glamorous on the outside, allegedly thrived on secrecy, scandal, and heartbreak. The complexity of the relationships made the revelations even more intense. Friends, lovers, and colleagues allegedly pulled into Porsha's web of deceit were left grappling with the emotional aftermath. Claudia warned everyone involved to be cautious and to get tested, emphasizing the seriousness of the allegations. The story had moved beyond mere celebrity gossip. It became a cautionary tale of manipulation, betrayal, and hidden dangers. And yet, the most shocking element is Claudia's determination. Even after uncovering such explosive secrets, she didn't just walk away. She stayed, observing, documenting, and now exposing everything in a way that left no stone unturned. The narrative she presented wasn't about revenge. It was about truth, revealing the dark underbelly of a life that had always seemed so perfect. Fans and onlookers were left in stunned silence, trying to reconcile the glamorous image with the shocking allegations that Claudia detailed. Every alleged secret, every hidden rendezvous, and every lie painted a dramatic, intense picture. The heartbreak, the betrayal, and the emotional manipulation formed a saga that felt almost too dramatic to be real. But Claudia's insistence, her evidence, and her fearless disclosure forced everyone to confront the possibility that reality often hides behind a perfectly curated facade. From sneaky affairs to calculated manipulations, Porsha's life, according to Claudia, was a maze of secrets and scandals. Every revelation, every claim, and every warning added layers to a story so chaotic, so emotionally charged, that fans couldn't look away. Claudia's exposure of alleged herpes transmission added a medical and moral urgency to the scandal, magnifying the shock and horror. As the revelations continued to unfold, it became clear that this was no ordinary gossip story. It was a full-scale unraveling of trust, image, and reputation. The emotional weight, the intensity of betrayal, and the meticulous detailing of alleged affairs created a narrative that captivated, shocked, and enraged simultaneously. Claudia's courage to step forward and disclose everything amplified the impact, making it impossible for the public to ignore the dramatic reality behind Porsha's public persona. Fans were forced to question everything: the public appearances, the romantic gestures, the friendships, and the supposed loyalty. What was real? What was staged? Claudia's testimony suggested a lifetime of hidden chaos, and the more details she revealed, the darker the picture became. Each new allegation added shock value, emotional depth, and a dramatic tension that left viewers on the edge of disbelief. The story isn't over. With Claudia continuing to expose more details and the public eagerly following every revelation, the scandal promises to escalate further. Relationships will be questioned, reputations challenged, and the truth behind every smile scrutinized. The intensity, the emotion, and the viral-level drama ensure that this story isn't just another celebrity scandal. It's a full-blown emotional earthquake, shaking the very foundation of Porsha's life and image. This saga, packed with betrayal, secrecy, and emotional turmoil, demonstrates that in the world of celebrity drama, nothing is ever as it seems. Porsha's allegedly chaotic love life, the multiple affairs, and the alleged health risks are only the beginning. Claudia's fearless exposure has opened the door to a storm of revelations, heartbreak, and shocking truths that promise to keep fans glued to every update. The reality is harsh, the allegations intense, and the emotional impact undeniable. Claudia Jordan's courage in revealing this web of deceit paints a vivid, shocking, and unforgettable story, one that will linger in the minds of fans, critics, and viewers for a long time. Every new detail adds fuel to the fire, every revelation deepens the scandal, and the emotional weight of this saga continues to build, making it impossible to turn away. The chaos doesn't stop there. As Claudia continued to speak, the layers of Porsha's alleged deception unfolded like a dark, twisted maze, leaving no part of her life untouched. Fans who once idolized her were forced to confront a reality that seemed impossible to reconcile with the images they had cherished for years. Each revelation Claudia delivered peeled back another layer of secrecy, exposing a life where trust was fragile and betrayal was constant. This wasn't just about cheating, it was about a relentless pattern of manipulation, secrecy, and emotional exploitation that left a trail of devastation for everyone involved. According to Claudia, Porsha's charm was merely a mask, a carefully curated facade hiding countless hidden rendezvous and clandestine affairs. People who believed they were part of something genuine found themselves caught in a web of lies. Allegedly, Porsha didn't just casually interact with multiple partners, she allegedly orchestrated complex, emotionally charged situations that benefited her own image while leaving heartbreak and confusion in her wake. Claudia painted a vivid picture of secrecy so pervasive that even close friends were left blindsided, discovering only fragments of the truth long after the damage was done. The allegations included more than just infidelity. Claudia claimed that Porsha allegedly encouraged certain situations to manipulate others, fostering jealousy, conflict, and chaos. One particularly explosive revelation involved candy bars, where Porsha allegedly maneuvered circumstances to pit partners against each other, subtly directing blame while maintaining her pristine public persona. This, Claudia insisted, was a calculated strategy to maintain control over relationships and the narratives surrounding her, leaving those around her to deal with the fallout. Claudia's accounts also included allegations of emotional abuse and aggression. In supposedly romantic settings, Porsha allegedly created toxic dynamics, exerting psychological pressure and using intimidation to dominate interactions. Homophobic remarks and subtle power plays, Claudia claimed, were recurring elements in her pattern, showing a side of Porsha that fans had never witnessed. Every secret meeting, every whispered conversation, and every hidden betrayal compounded the sense of shock and disbelief for the audience. The impact of these revelations extended far beyond personal relationships. Social media erupted, with fans and followers dissecting every public appearance and questioning the authenticity of each shared moment. Videos, posts, and interviews that once appeared innocent were suddenly interpreted through a lens of suspicion, as people tried to piece together the full extent of the chaos Claudia described. What had once been admired as charm and elegance was now seen as manipulative behavior, a performance designed to mask the reality of a complicated, scandal-laden personal life. Claudia didn't stop at general claims. She provided detailed accounts, recounting timelines, encounters, and conversations that allegedly proved a pattern of deceit. These weren't vague statements. They were structured, intentional disclosures aimed at exposing the contrast between Porsha's public image and her private actions. Every name dropped, every scenario explained, magnified the intensity of the scandal and drew the audience deeper into the tangled web. There was also an element of warning embedded in Claudia's revelations. She didn't just seek to expose, she sought to protect, urging those who had been intimately involved with Porsha to take precautions. Alleged health risks, specifically herpes, added a layer of urgency and fear to the unfolding drama. This wasn't just emotional damage, it was a scandal with real-life consequences, a dangerous mix of betrayal and potential harm that heightened the stakes for everyone connected. As more details emerged, the narrative became almost unbearably intense. Claudia described scenarios where Porsha allegedly played multiple sides, balancing lovers, friends, and public perception in a delicate, yet allegedly destructive, dance. Emotional manipulation, orchestrated misunderstandings, and calculated secrecy formed the backbone of this alleged pattern, leaving heartbreak in its wake. Each revelation built on the last, creating a crescendo of drama that seemed almost scripted, yet painfully real in its emotional impact. The audience's response was immediate and visceral. Comments flooded social media with shock, disbelief, and outrage. Fans who had once celebrated Porsha's love life now questioned every smile, every gesture, and every interaction captured on camera. The scandal wasn't just personal, it was public, amplified by viral reaction and global attention, turning private pain into widespread discourse. Claudia's fearless disclosure forced a reevaluation of what had been accepted as truth, challenging the narrative Porsha had meticulously constructed. Even within the turmoil, Claudia's focus remained clear. She wasn't merely retaliating, she was documenting, warning, and exposing a truth she believed needed to be seen. The gravity of the revelations, combined with the meticulous detailing of alleged behavior, left no room for easy dismissal. Each story, each claim, each piece of evidence Claudia presented painted a portrait of a life far more tumultuous and morally complicated than any fan could have imagined. The saga, now in full public view, was a convergence of scandal, betrayal, and emotional devastation. Porsha's alleged affairs, aggressive behavior, and manipulative tactics were no longer whispers behind closed doors. They were front-page drama, dissected by millions. Claudia's courage in revealing these patterns ensured that the story's impact was magnified, creating a viral-level storm of attention, speculation, and emotional engagement. As the scandal deepened, the implications reached far beyond individual relationships. Trust, loyalty, and authenticity were under scrutiny, leaving fans to navigate a new reality where appearances could no longer be taken at face value. The public was witnessing a full-scale unraveling of a carefully curated image, with each revelation more shocking than the last. Claudia's accounts of multiple lovers, secret affairs, and emotional manipulation served as a powerful reminder that celebrity personas often conceal far more than they reveal. This part of the story, filled with betrayal, scandal, and emotional intensity, set the stage for even more explosive revelations. Every detail Claudia disclosed added layers to the narrative, pushing the limits of shock and intrigue. The saga was far from over. The viral-level drama was building toward an even greater crescendo, promising more secrets, more heartbreak, and more revelations that would leave the audience stunned. As the world watched, the tension mounted. Fans, critics, and bystanders alike were drawn into the chaos, unable to look away from the emotional tempest that Claudia had unleashed. Every statement, every claim, every whispered allegation contributed to a story that was as tragic as it was sensational. The emotional impact was undeniable, the intensity relentless, and the scandal now fully entrenched in the public eye. Claudia's disclosures weren't just gossip, they were a courtroom of truth, a meticulous, faceless narration of events that forced viewers to confront the dark reality behind Porsha's glamorous life. Each revelation, each allegation intensified the emotional stakes, creating a power-packed, viral drama that captivated, shocked, and enraged all at once. The story, already explosive, promised even more shocking turns, leaving everyone waiting, watching, and questioning the reality behind the celebrity image. The revelations kept escalating, and by now, the scandal had reached a fever pitch. Claudia's disclosures had opened a Pandora's box, exposing layers of deception, betrayal, and emotional manipulation that no one could ignore. The audience was no longer merely witnessing gossip, they were experiencing a full-scale unraveling of a carefully crafted life. Porsha Williams, once celebrated for her charm and elegance, now faced allegations so intense that the very foundation of her public persona seemed to be collapsing. Every interaction, every smile, every shared moment was suddenly under scrutiny as fans and critics alike tried to piece together the storm of chaos Claudia had unleashed. According to Claudia, Porsha's secret life wasn't confined to private affairs. It allegedly infiltrated every aspect of her relationships. She reportedly maintained multiple lovers simultaneously, creating entangled webs of secrecy that left those involved blindsided. Allegations of emotional abuse, manipulative behavior, and aggressive power dynamics painted a portrait of a life where trust was constantly exploited. Claudia's accounts suggested that Porsha's public image was a meticulously maintained facade, hiding a pattern of repeated betrayals and carefully concealed chaos. The explosive details didn't stop at infidelity. Claudia described scenarios in which Porsha allegedly orchestrated situations to control, manipulate, and humiliate others while maintaining her pristine public image. The candy bar storyline, for example, revealed calculated moves designed to create conflict, assign blame elsewhere, and keep the true nature of her actions hidden from public view. Allegedly, every interaction, every whispered conversation, and every secret encounter was part of a larger strategy to protect her image while leaving devastation in her wake. Fans' reactions were instantaneous and intense. Social media platforms became battlegrounds, with posts, comments, and threads dissecting every revelation. Loyal followers felt betrayed, while critics seized the opportunity to expose inconsistencies in Porsha's past statements and public persona. The viral spread of this scandal ensured that every public appearance, every interview, and every video clip would now be re-examined under a microscope. Claudia's disclosures had effectively rewritten the narrative, replacing the polished image with a story of deception, secrecy, and heartbreak. Claudia didn't merely allege cheating, she revealed an ongoing pattern of risk, including health warnings. The alleged transmission of herpes added a layer of real-world consequence to the scandal, heightening the urgency and shock. People who had been close to Porsha were suddenly faced with emotional and medical implications they hadn't anticipated. This wasn't a story that could be dismissed lightly. The stakes were personal, intense, and frightening. Beyond the personal and medical implications, Claudia's narrative highlighted a series of emotional manipulations that spanned years. According to her, Porsha allegedly played friends and lovers against each other, fostering jealousy, distrust, and chaos to maintain control. Alleged homophobic remarks, subtle intimidation, and aggressive behavior in relationships further painted a picture of someone who thrived on secrecy and control. Each revelation added emotional depth, intensifying the tragedy for those entangled in her life. The public impact was profound. Fans, once captivated by Porsha's charm, now grappled with the possibility that their idol's life was constructed on manipulation and deceit. Videos, images, and interviews were reinterpreted through the lens of the scandal, transforming what once seemed innocent into evidence of a hidden, darker reality. Claudia's meticulous detailing of timelines, encounters, and hidden agendas forced the audience to confront a truth far more complex and troubling than they could have imagined. Every new disclosure revealed another dimension of chaos. Allegedly, Porsha's relationships were a mix of emotional exploitation, calculated secrecy, and manipulative schemes designed to maintain her public appeal. Claudia's revelations suggested that the glamour and elegance celebrated in public were a carefully curated mask, hiding a life where lies, manipulation, and emotional turmoil were constants. The contrast between image and reality was staggering, leaving fans, followers, and critics in shock. The courtroom-style intensity of Claudia's narrative left no room for doubt or dismissal. She presented her claims methodically, connecting events, relationships, and patterns that revealed a systematic approach to secrecy and control. The drama wasn't just emotional, it was strategic, almost surgical in its manipulation. The audience was confronted with a reality where betrayal was consistent, and the facade of perfection had long since crumbled. As the scandal continued, the ripple effects spread beyond individual relationships. Friends, associates, and colleagues were forced to reevaluate their interactions, questioning what was real and what had been orchestrated. Claudia's insistence on exposing the full truth ensured that the consequences of Porsha's alleged actions reached far and wide, touching everyone who had been involved or associated with her. The impact was both emotional and public, creating a viral-level storm of attention, speculation, and intense engagement. The allegations also suggested an ongoing cycle of behavior that wasn't limited to the past. Claudia described a pattern of secrecy, manipulation, and scandal that spanned years, indicating that Porsha's public persona had been carefully maintained while private chaos persisted. Each new story, each revelation, and each claim added layers to a narrative that was increasingly difficult to ignore. The combination of emotional intensity, viral gossip, and real-world consequences created a story that captured attention, provoked outrage, and demanded engagement from everyone watching. Claudia's courage in revealing these patterns transformed the scandal from mere gossip into an emotionally charged, viral-level spectacle. Fans and critics alike were forced to confront the unsettling possibility that the image they admired was a performance, hiding years of deception, emotional exploitation, and risky behavior. Every interaction, every detail, and every revelation added to the growing sense of shock and disbelief, making the scandal feel both personal and universal in its impact. Ultimately, the saga highlighted a dramatic tension between image and reality, trust and betrayal, and public persona versus private actions. Claudia's disclosures provided a detailed, emotionally intense narrative that left no aspect of Porsha's alleged behavior untouched. Fans were left reeling, trying to reconcile the glamour they had adored with the intense allegations now exposed. The combination of scandal, betrayal, and emotional manipulation ensured that this story wasn't just another celebrity gossip, it was a viral, emotionally charged revelation that would echo for months to come. As the revelation settled in, the public's attention remained fixated on every development. The emotional gravity, courtroom-style detailing, and shocking claims created a narrative impossible to ignore. Every new piece of information added tension, every disclosure increased the stakes, and every revelation ensured that Porsha Williams' life, image, and legacy would be viewed through an entirely new, much more complicated lens. The scandal, now fully exposed, promised further emotional, viral, and shocking twists that would continue to grip fans, critics, and the public alike, leaving no doubt that this saga was far from over. The truth has finally been laid bare, and there's no going back. Porsha Williams' glamorous image, carefully polished for years, now stands in ruins, shattered by allegations that cut deep and strike hard. Fans who once cheered for every smile, every public moment, now find themselves questioning everything. Every relationship, every gesture, every promise, tainted, tangled, and torn apart. The pattern of deception, the web of secrecy, the alleged manipulations, it's all come to light, and the consequences are staggering. Claudia Jordan stepped forward when silence was no longer an option, revealing layers of betrayal, emotional exploitation, and shocking allegations that have left the public reeling. This isn't just celebrity gossip, it's a reality bombshell, a viral-level scandal with real-world consequences that cannot be ignored. The whispers are now screams. The speculation is now undeniable fact, at least for those brave enough to face the evidence. If you were captivated by the charm, if you believed in the smile, it's time to face the harsh truth. Porsha allegedly played multiple lovers, orchestrated chaos, and risked lives while keeping the cameras rolling and the world fooled. Alleged health risks, emotional abuse, manipulations, they're not just stories, they're warnings. The lives impacted, the hearts broken, the trust destroyed, it's all part of the fallout now unfolding in real time. The story isn't just about scandal. It's a lesson, a mirror to the dangers of appearances, and a shocking reminder that even the brightest lights can hide the darkest secrets. Watch closely, stay alert, and question everything you see. Because this saga is far from over, and the next revelation could hit even harder. The drama, the heartbreak, the viral chaos, it's only beginning, and you'll want to witness every shocking second of it. Stay tuned, because the truth doesn't just expose, it destroys, it shakes, and it leaves no one untouched.